Science oven, science oven, cooking with air in the science oven, science oven, science oven, cooking with heat in the science oven, air, heat in the science oven, no hypertension with the science oven.
Bon appetito. Enjoy. Fabulous. Buongiorno. Welcome to Winging It with Willie. No, I'm kidding. This is Bon Appetito with your host, Will O'Loughlin. Today, we're going to do chicken wings. I have 2.33 pounds right here of wings. Don't forget your celery and your carrots and a little ranch dressing as well. Although you might be a blue cheese family, we are not. We're going to do a couple of things today. We're going to use a dry rub on some of the wings. Now you can make your own dry rub or you can buy one at the store. Clearly I purchased this one at Ralph's just because I wanted to keep it simple. But what are some good things that need to be in your dry rub if you're making it yourself? Well, let me read you a couple of quick things. How about mustard seed, black pepper, paprika, sea salt, brown sugar, onion, garlic, bell pepper. And then there's a lot of chemicals in here too, but let's not talk about that. Okay, and then we're gonna make some barbecue wings, right? This is Sweet Baby Ray's. Not expensive, not fancy. Available at most supermarkets. And then this is Low Budget Frank's, which I swear by, right? Frank's barbecue sauce, or I should say Frank's hot sauce, is perfect for wings, absolutely. I'm always buying the knockoff brands at Ralph's or Albertsons or whatever. Very similar, I'm unable to tell the difference, and hopefully you can't too. So, let's get started. Okay, splendid. So let's talk prep, okay? The first thing I want to do is go ahead and get my dry rub on a plate or equivalent. Be kind of generous with it. And then let's take a couple of wings and just use the dry rub on it. Spread it out, rub it in, hence the name rub. You will get your fingers dirty when you're doing this, so don't worry about it. That's just how it goes. Today I have 8 wings, which is odd. Usually it's a dozen or a half dozen, but my 2.33 pounds netted 8 wings. So I'm gonna do the rub for 3 wings and then leave the other 5 naked, so to speak, all right? As such, there's 2. Now let's try a third one right here. I would say it'd be a good idea after you put the rub on to let this sit for a while. So the chicken will get the full benefit of the flavor. An hour's good, or depending on if you have enough time, overnight's even better. But anyway, as such, so that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our science oven. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of olive oil spray. Don't have to get too crazy. And then I'm going to rearrange my wings. Just remember, I only have 8 today. So I'm going to go ahead and make the 3 that I put the rub on. It's probably better. I wouldn't fill this thing too high with wings. You want everything to get a chance to cook kind of thoroughly. Not sure I'll get them all in here, but we'll get some in here. Yeah, let's see. Kind of rearrange them a little bit. As such. Okay, that's not too bad. It's a little crowded. Okay, so there we go. We got our 8 wings. And so the next step is simply we're going to put it into the science oven at 400 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. And also, there'll be a shake function somewhere in the middle, meaning you'll have to stop, pull the tray back out, the pan back out, and give it a good shake. Or if you have a tongs as such, you can use that as well to kind of help you move things around. Okay, terrific. So let's go ahead and put our wings in the science oven. Maybe I'll move a little of this stuff here out of the way. Flip it on, and then as I said a little earlier, let's go with 400 degrees. Splendid. And then let's start with 20 minutes, okay? And let's hit the go button. Of course, the other thing I always recommend doing that I did not do yet again is preheating your science oven. So before you put the wings in, go ahead and get it up to 400 degrees for about 5 minutes. Let the oven get nice and warm. Pull it all out. Don't forget it'll be hot, and then load your wings up. So that's the right way to do it. I'm a classic corner cutter from way back, and not always the best way to do things. Okay, wonderful. So I should mention, speaking of cutting corners, if you use the chicken function on the science oven, that's a drumstick, it will give you the alarm halfway through to shake the chicken. That's a funny sentence. But if you don't use the icon, you're just doing it with the temperature and the timer, you'll need to remember to do it yourself. That's what cutting corners get you. So it's been 10 minutes. I'm gonna pull it out. And, oh, it's looking good. Things are heating up, especially the chicken that was in the rub. But all of it is looking good. So we're going to do some arranging here, do a little flip. Looking nice. Okay. And remember, it's hot, so don't touch it. Let's pop it back in, run it for 10 more minutes. Now, it might not be ready at exactly 10 minutes. It might need another 5. So it's better to be safe than sorry. And, you know, sometimes you're going to have to check your food just to make sure it's cooked thoroughly. Okay, great. We'll be back in 10. Okay, splendid. Splendid. Let's take a quick look here. It was about 25 all told. Here are the wings that we had put the dry rub on. They're just ready to go. They look wonderful. They smell wonderful. And then I have, of course, there were, 5 other wings. And so, you know, I'm just going to divvy them up roughly. And we'll have a couple of hot sauce wings and a couple of barbecue wings. Normally, I would just dump like 500 gallons of this in these bowls. But considering that we're not doing super high volume today, we're going to dial it back a little. If you have a little brush, perfect time to use it. Get that all nice and painted up. As such, we can put that one in there. Let's grab another one. Paint it up. It's kind of messy, so make sure you have your apron on. I'm generally kind of messy as well. That looks pretty good. I'm going to do 3 because I already told you I love the hot wings more than anything else. All right. That's good. Okay, looking good. And then over here we have our barbecue. So let's barbecue this one up a little. There's so many different kinds of barbecue sauce, you know, whatever you happen to like. You might have a very specialized sauce. You might have something that's much less so. So that's looking good. Trying to pay attention to my serving plate over here to make sure it's attractive to the eye is always what I'm looking for. So here we go. Let's paint up our last barbecue wing. I'm not being as generous with the sauce as I normally am, so keep that in mind if you would. I'm going to move this out of the way. Let's put our platter right here. As such, I want to take a few carrots. Take a little celery over here. So I managed to eat most of the celery while I was waiting. Let that be a lesson. And of course, then we have some ranch dressing. This is very run-of-the-mill Ralph style ranch. You can spend a lot more money if you so desire, but I'll put a little dollop over here to the side. That looks pretty good. All right, I think we're ready to dig in. So folks, as always, it has been my pleasure. This is Bon Appetito with Will O'Loughlin. Please enjoy your meal, and we'll see you next time.